Welcome. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2024 Academy. I appreciate everybody that came here today. I know a lot of you traveled from long ways from here. This is our 10th ceremony. We started at a little place south of Merrill, right before Wausau, called Willow Springs. And small little room, stage. We had, I think, 7 graduates that actually attended the ceremony that year. And that was our second year because nobody wanted to do it the first year. So we've come a long way from that. And this is our 12th graduating class, so that's impressive. We just appreciate all of it. As we begin the ceremony, I just want to recognize individuals that are very responsible, directly responsible success of this school. And it starts with the partnership. Charter schools are a little different. They are usually authorized by a school district, and within that authorization, they allow the charter school to kind of set up a school that's a little bit different than the department, like that. And our authorizer, of course, is Merrill Area Public School. So I wanted to introduce Mr. Shannon Murray, very key in this partnership. He's the president of the Merrill School Board. So, in the partnership between BVA and MAPS, we have the Merrill School Board and we have the BVA Governance Board. And Mr. Mike Erath is the president of the BVA Governance Board. So, as I mentioned, this partnership is instrumental in your students graduating from this school, having this unique option available. In this relationship for the last 12 years, we've been able to offer this unique instructional delivery to literally thousands of students throughout the state. We've had, I think it's upwards of 350 graduates already. And we've really kind of turned the corner and become a school that's been a model for other schools. Many of you parents that send your kids here, you certainly know about other schools in the virtual charter school landscape, and there's a good percentage of them that want it to be like Bridges, and so we're still offering support for a lot of those schools. They're not like us, by the way, but they try to be. But we're very open. We've always been very open to share ideas and how we do things. We just do it way better. So, and your students are a testimony to that. So charter schools are supposed to serve as a proving ground for a lot of different ideas, and we've been able to do that. We've really contributed in a lot of ways to how virtual charter schools have sort of developed throughout the state of Wisconsin, and we're starting to receive a little bit more recognition for that. We've had some national recognition, participated in some pretty neat things over the last year. We've had some international partnerships that we've started to do. So it's really just incredible how it's gone from where we began to where we are now. And your students have all been a part of that journey because we learn from how the students learn, and then we adjust to support them. We learn from families and parents who are looking for unique options, and we adjust to support that, all within the parameters of how the state says a public school should operate. And like I mentioned, we've honored over 350 graduates, and they've all gone on to do different things, just like any other high school graduate. Post-secondary education, training, workforce, military, they've done all of those things. This year, we have 44 graduates, 30 of them who are here today. And our ceremony today is to highlight their accomplishments as a group and some individual accomplishments. And we're just really proud to have you here to represent your families. We're really proud of your accomplishments and hopefully can send you off well today. School operations itself, it takes a lot of people to make this thing work. And I just wanted to point out a couple people right away. First, Jamie Farkas, she's the assistant director. Many of you have probably had some interaction with her over the years. She's incredible. you talk about a right-hand person, she's kind of like the hand. She kind of does everything, makes everything work. All of those strength areas in organization and vision and things like that, she brings to the table here. So we're very happy to have her leading us. And then also, I wanted to mention Julie Losey, who's here. She was sitting here a minute ago. Part of our office team, and Mary Ball. And also, Tammy Enos and Sheila Cooper, who weren't here today. Our office team, everybody knows who Mary is, right? Everybody probably knows who Tammy is. You may not know Julie, because Julie kind of does a lot of that behind the scenes technology things. But if things aren't working, Julie knows you, and she fixes it for you. Just an incredible staff in our office to do those day-to-day things that make things function, that make it easier for teachers, easier for parents, and ultimately for students to access instruction. So we're just very happy about that. And again, just another shout out to Mary. She set all of this up today. In addition to, we had a staff meeting, so we had all of our staff here today. And so we went from over there, she set all that up, and while we were in the middle of that, she came over here to start doing that. So thank you, Mary, for that. I also want to mention our teaching staff, if you guys could stand up, the ones that are here. The closest out of all of us, I'm sure. But without high-quality teaching staff, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. And I think one of the blessings of working in a virtual school is that you have a lot of time to collaborate with other teachers and create things. And sometimes in a brick and mortar setting, you're constrained by time. You physically have students with you during the time when you're at work. And so it's a real challenge to sit down and think and to analyze data and to make adjustments to instruction so that when you do interact with students, it can be a very positive and efficient time for instruction. And they do that very well. And each one of them, this is the best part about my job, I hired everybody. So everybody that came on board, I had a chance to talk to and listen to their ideas about education and about students and about relationships, all the things that I think are important that have melded into what we have for BVA. So thank you to our teaching staff. And then I also want all the parents of graduates to stand, please. Taking the risk, you know, some of you, if you came from a brick and mortar setting, this was probably something new and you weren't sure about it. But following kind of your gut that was telling you it's not working in whatever setting you were in before, and bringing them to BVA, where it turned out to be a fit, obviously, if they graduated. So we're proud to partner with you in everything that we do. And that's been a hallmark of what we've done from the beginning, is that partnership with parents. So we really make that a priority, and that's really the most important thing that we do. So thank you for letting us serve with you as your students have progressed through school, and congratulations to you for their effort. And for those of you who are having your first graduate this year, congratulations. That's always really exciting. If you have more, it's going to happen super fast, because that's how it goes. And they probably aren't going to move out right away. They never do. They always come back to you, so we'll see how that. Anyway. And finally, and I kind of get sidetracked here. We're here for graduation, so why don't the graduates stand again? So this year's graduating class has 44 students, as I mentioned. You can sit down. 21 of the students here, so 48%. Is that right? Yeah, 48% of the students in the graduating class have taken at least one college course this year already. And the total number of credits earned by our graduating class is 202. So in addition to meeting the high school graduation requirements that we have, they've also already moved on into post-secondary, which, as you know, is important. I mean, college, four-year college may not be the thing for everybody, but there's definitely a need to be educated beyond high school, and all of our graduates and most of our students in our high school are really taking that opportunity seriously. A large percentage of students here have a job now, or have had a job and earned credit through work experience credit in our school. And that bodes well for the future as they go out into the workforce, because we don't want them to leave here and not go out into the workforce in some capacity. At least I don't. And I'm speaking about my own children, so I'm thinking, I think it's important that we learn how to interact in the world, and the workforce is the world. I mean, let's face it, once you are out on your own, that's what you have to do. So we're just glad that they're able to learn those skills while being in high schools, because sometimes that's a challenge in a brick and mortar setting too. And then many of these students have received some sort of special recognition for their efforts in high school, some of which we'll mention today. Some of which may have happened through other outlets. As you know, we do academic enrichment and support. So there's some musicians here, there's some athletes, there's people that have recognition that's coming in to them that we may not mention here today, but I just wanted to acknowledge that. And then, of course, most importantly, and I mentioned this before, everybody here has met the requirements from the state of Wisconsin, from the Merrill Board of Education, and from the BVA Governance Board to graduate. So you're all going to graduate. Check me into that before you show up. All right, so our mission has always been to develop skilled and independent learners. That's the most important thing that we feel a student should gain when they come through school. We can all learn specific aspects of content, subjects. We can be experts in certain subjects. But overall, the purpose is for you to be able to leave here and apply what you've learned, apply those skills in any area that you choose. Some of you are going to go on to post-secondary education in a 2-year or 4-year school, which is great. Some are going to go to the military. Some of you are going to enter the workforce. Each of those options is noble. My guess is that most of you are going to do a combination of, you're going to visit one and then go back to another. You're going to maybe do this and then go in the military and then come back, so that's life. That's just how it goes. So I don't want you, this is my advice to you as an older dad, all right? I've got 5 students that graduated. Don't get frustrated about that. If you start college and it doesn't work out and you have to regroup, rethink, retool, whatever, that's okay. If you go out and you get a job and you realize, I don't like this job, I want to do something else, you can. There's a lot of options out there for you. So you're skilled enough, we're confident that you're skilled enough to take on any of those challenges and find a way to do some of the things that you might think right now are not achievable. So the most important thing, in my opinion, is to do something, right? Don't go back home and go, I graduated, all right, sit on the phone. Parents, ever see this? Right? Don't do that. All right, that phone's a tool. You're not the tool, the phone's the tool. Use it as a tool, all right? So don't waste the years that you've learned now. Take the opportunities that are in front of you. Things get more complicated the older you get when you have more responsibilities that you have to be accountable for, accountable to. So take the opportunities that you can right now. We all feel that you're ready to move on to whatever the next thing is, and we're confident that you'll be able to do that. So keep up the effort. I mean, take a little time off in the summer, have some fun, that kind of thing, but whatever you've got next for you, just tackle it with the same effort that you tackled school here, and you'll do well. Okay, so we're gonna move on with our program, and we've got some students that are gonna come up here and give a little motivational speech to you. And what I'd like them to do, I'd like the 3 of them to come up over here and just wait, and then I'll call you up one at a time. I think that'd be easier, because I don't want you going up the steps, because I always feel like someone's gonna fall. So the 3 students are Jonah Gulisano, Thea Benhart, and Silas Frank. If you guys could come, just go back over. Give them a second to kind of get up here. Oh, you can go back there. See what Mr. Ball is? All right, and I don't remember what the order is, so I'm just gonna. Or you can go through there. That would work too. They're moving barricades. All right, so we're gonna start with Jonah. All right, and as he comes up here, I'm gonna introduce you to Jonah. Jonah lives in Madison. His parents are David and Rebecca. His most notable academic accomplishment to date is being inducted into the BVA chapter of the National Honor Society. of which he currently holds the office of president. His favorite quote is, "In my experience, there's no such thing as luck." That's from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jonah plans to attend college where he will pursue a degree in creative writing. He hopes one day to become a published author. His advice to future BVA graduates is, if the future ever seems daunting, just look back on everything you've already accomplished and remember you are the person who did that. Now that sounds like something from Obi-Wan too. All right, so I give you Jonah.
I've learned a lot of things over the course of my high school experience at BVA. There's the obvious stuff. Core subjects like math, literature, science, and history. The stuff you'd expect to learn at any high school. But more than any one of those subjects themselves, there's one much larger, more fundamental life lesson BVA as a whole has taught me. And that is that you can't predict the future. There's no such thing as a predetermined outcome, because truly anything is possible. Let me put this into context for you. I live in the city of Madison. Madison West High School is literally at the end of my street. My parents specifically had that in mind when they bought the house we currently live in. From the end of elementary school and through almost the entirety of middle school, I looked down my street and said, that's where I'm going to high school. It was a foregone conclusion in my mind, and in the minds of everyone I knew. That was just the way things were supposed to go. Therefore, that was the way they would go. But, if that were true, I wouldn't be standing here. Because then, that miniature Armageddon we all collectively refer to as 2020 happened. It was like the plot of a bad B-list science fiction movie. A deadly pathogen escapes the confines of a lab somewhere in China within a month. It's everywhere. Hospitals are at capacity. The death toll is reaching hundreds of thousands. The entire world is thrown into chaos as scientists desperately search for a cure. In the meantime, life changes. Quarantine. Masks. Don't leave your homes. Global pandemic. And just like that, Madison West High School wasn't in the cards anymore. That entire future I'd planned for, that had seemed so certain for years, gone in an instant. It happened that fast. My family abandoned our carefully laid plans as we decided to pivot. That was how we discovered BVA. But as seemingly unfortunate as the circumstances were, I will always be the first person to tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, BVA is one of the best things that ever happened to me, if not the best. But things didn't turn out for better in spite of that unexpected change. They happened because of it. And it's hardly the first time they have, or the last time they will. Back in 1968, Spencer Silver set out to develop an unrivaled, ultra-durable adhesive substance. He failed spectacularly. The best he could muster was a weak strip of easily removable adhesive that was only strong enough to reliably stick and unstick a small piece of paper to his wallet. Does that invention sound familiar? It should, because Spencer Silver invented the Post-it note, a creation that has changed the daily lives of forgetful people everywhere. This school has similarly changed my life, and although not on the scale that Post-it notes have enabled us all to remember things we would have otherwise forgotten, I still mean it sincerely. Everyone here, from the students to the staff, are incredible, wonderful people, who I would not be where I am without. I've achieved far beyond what I believe myself to even be capable of, and that is because of the people around me right now. People who I never would have even met had things gone according to plan. And now, I'm graduating. We all are. Although many of us may have plans, ultimately, beyond this point, there is again uncertainty. Now more than ever. The world that we, as graduating class, are about to take our first steps into is one that is messy, chaotic, violent, and polarized. That world, as flawed as it is the world that we are now responsible for. What happens next is a big, ever-changing unknown. You can't predict the future. no matter what might happen, no matter how wrong it seems like things are going, no matter how bad things seem to get, keep in mind, maybe it's just the start of something even better.
Thank you very much. All right. All right, our next student is Thea Benhart. She lives in Whitewater, and she's planning on attending college at Whitewater. She mentioned that she is in martial arts and has been recognized for her work in martial arts. Math team, and she's very excited to be here. You don't do martial arts. It's weird whispering. You should. It's good. Now you can tell us all about it.
Hello, 2024 graduates, teachers, family. It's great to see you in person and know that you are not all AI-generated images. My name is Thea Benhart, and it's an honor to speak to you during the celebration of the conclusion of our high school experience. I would first want to thank all of you for these past 8 years of Bridges. It has been a wonderful journey. I also want to thank my parents for finding this virtual school and helping me get here. I also want to extend a large thanks and appreciation to the teachers for your instruction, feedback, and for helping me grow as a student and as a person. For the 2024 graduates, this marks a completion. Though not all of us have been part of Bridges throughout our entire school, we all have completed our 12 years of education and celebrated here and now together. We made it through unstable internet and non-existent internet. We figured out we needed to look for whether an assignment was due at 11:59 a.m. or p.m. We figured out how to manage the amount of procrastination in us just enough so that we could complete that assignment. We all now have enough knowledge of Google products, Drive, email, Classroom, etc. to write our own guidebooks, or at least improve the ones already out there. And Zoom might as well be the topic for our next social media post. We know as much about it as we do about music properly. We as students are here because we set goals, both big and small. Completing the research, recording, the works editing, the entire project. We followed through. We had to. There was no one standing there making us do so. The responsibility was only ours. We learned to create our own plans, planning every week, assignments, managing the extra time. We used that time to train for a sport, work with a musical instrument, experience, and learn more. Online school is like nothing else. There are no bells unless you set them. There are deadlines, but no study hall. There are teachers that guide us, but they cannot see you have a question unless you ask. We have many different ways we need to communicate. Classroom, email, Zoom. It was our responsibility to do all of these things. Goals and responsibility. Maybe those are the two most cliche things ever. But there's a difference between them. Goals are important, and many people talk about them. But there's no point in goals if there is no follow-through. There must be a commitment to the work, taking ownership, and the goal can be reached. Goals will take the ups and downs of life into account. In those moments, we need to have the independency to make decisions. In those moments, we need to take responsibility. Though no one truly wants responsibility, we all need to take it. And besides our education, it is one of the things we are taking with us into the future. As Napoleon Hill once said, big pay and little responsibility are circumstances seldom found together. I'm excited for all of our futures, and we have been prepared. We know how to organize ourselves, our priorities, and our time. We know how to work for things. we know how to think for ourselves. Thank you for the community we have built at Bridges, and good luck to each and every one of you.
I think she said National Honor Society, and I thought she said martial arts. Okay, so our last student speaker is Silas Frank. He lives in Waterloo, and his parents are Jeffrey and Lindsay. He's also not in martial arts. He is in the National Honor Society, and he's planning on going to Colorado after he graduates to work on a ranch. And he has aspirations of being a police officer in Madison. So here's Silas Frank.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very honored to be speaking here today. My speech is, in a way, a confession to all my teachers that I've had over the years. Don't worry, I'm going to keep this real short. I might be in enough trouble just based off my next few sentences. I cannot count the amount of times I've done things during class that put me in jeopardy of having a meeting with Mr. Hagemeister for non-tolerant behavior. Nothing to that, just things that might have slightly distracted me from actually paying attention to class. See what I'm talking about? Here starts my confession. I cannot confirm or deny that I put my phone in my pocket with an earbud in my ear and went out shooting guns with my brother, went out bow hunting with my grandpa, or had an intense archery competition with my dad, all while being in class. Yes, it is true. I spent a few class times outside practicing my turkey calls and went out to check tail cameras for trespassers. I am so sorry to all my teachers who called my name in class, and I said, "Sorry, did you call my name? I did not hear you." For a lot of those times, my Wi-Fi really did cut out. Living in the middle of nowhere brings the risk of losing connection. But other times, my dad began using a skill saw while we were building the deck. Although, for all the times I spent doing my own thing and spent time doing the things I enjoy, I spent double the time making sure my grades never fell. I live by my Google Classroom to-do list. I gave it my all and everything I was assigned to. I never fell short, participating in breakout rooms, or left my peers during group projects. It's all about the right balance. I have gone on plenty of vacations during the school year, and left all my schoolwork behind to truly enjoy my vacation, knowing the day I got back, I would work day and night to get all caught up. Maybe that is not for everyone, but make sure you go on those vacations or trips. Don't stay home for schoolwork. If you have to, bring it along, because that trip could be one in a lifetime that you wish you had the chance to remember for years to come. If I'm being completely honest, it helped me get through high school. The second class is over, I had to do something outside of school to clear my head for the upcoming homework. For those who are still students, and for those who plan on attending college in the future, make sure you let yourself have a little fun, or at least take a moment to yourself, pause and smell the flowers. Maybe you do not feel as I did, because I probably played a little too close to line. Although, do not let yourself get too focused in your studies, or you forget to do the things you love. Go outside, enjoy nature, enjoy the world, because trapping yourself in your textbooks is not going to teach you the important skills that the world has to teach you. Your textbooks are not going to make all the memories with your family and friends. As we all move closer to adulthood, we must learn to make room for good grades and lots of study, but never lose sight of your hobbies and the people around you. Thank you.
All right, one more round of applause for our students. Now, we've been fortunate over the last 10 years of these graduation ceremonies to have staff members, board members, parents. We even had an FBI special agent one year that provided a kind of motivational speech for students. This year we've gotten even better. It's Mrs. Veronica Giese. All of you have Mrs. Giese, I'm sure. She's been a teacher with BVA for 10 years now. She's been a teacher in the Merrill district for 20 years, although she told me today she thought it was only 19, but we're going to give her 20, because she got the pin already, so it's too much work to take her time. She served in many capacities in that short time span. She taught biology, chemistry, physical science, a variety of project-based electives, has served as a K-12 content team leader for the science department, has served in both a part-time and full-time capacity with BVA since we started. She's continually worked to develop our science instruction at the secondary level in a way that truly engages students. So sometimes you think, how does someone do virtual science and make it meaningful? How do they get the hands-on, the inquiry, all of those things? She's found a way to do that. And with those lab-based strategies and ideas, she's even presented that internationally to other teachers this year through a program with English Without Borders. She's the mother of 3 wonderful children and the wife of Mike. If any of you have worked with Resi and you see Mike, I don't know how he landed her, but you know, way to go, Mike. She's just a wonderful person to work with, an outstanding teacher, highly professional, way more than me, as you can tell. And we're just really glad to have her here. So I give you Veronica Geezy.
A warm welcome to all of you present tonight. Class of 2024, the administration and teachers, your family and friends are in the audience tonight to help you celebrate. The end of 13 years of academics and a wild journey of remarkable growth have led you to this point. It's a milestone achievement. This happens once in your lifetime, so please enjoy it. The moment is yours. I have had the privilege of teaching 27 of the 44 graduates in this class. And considering what to say, I decided to rely on my science know-how to deliver a few pieces of advice through the lens of the scientific method. Allow me to point out parallels between the spirit of science and life. Graduates, if science helps us better understand this natural world we live in, then let me show you how you can use the scientific method to navigate your choices and experiences in a productive way. Let's take the task of making cookies, because everyone knows what I'm talking about, and I often have this problem. You make the observation that sometimes your cookies turn out flat and crispy, and you want thick and chewy. You question what factors could be causing the problem. You hypothesize if it's the butter to flour ratio, if your baking soda is outdated. Do you have to chill the dough before you bake it? You experiment by making a few different batches of cookies, and tasting your product when it comes out of the oven, you quickly analyze the results. You conclude which factor made the largest difference, and that's the recipe you keep. Can you see how the scientific method helps you solve that problem? Whether it's perfecting a recipe, soothing a crying baby, saving for vacation, or dealing with a difficult person, this is a method to discover what works for you. And as adults, you have to be prepared to solve your problems and find your solutions. So be open to experiences that lead to personal and professional growth. Become the best version of you. But the true beauty of the scientific method lies in its resilience in the face of failure. For every hypothesis that proves correct, there are countless others that don't. One of the most iconic examples of a scientist whose failure led to groundbreaking discoveries was Thomas Edison, the inventor of the electric light bulb. Edison's journey to success was paved with countless failures. In fact, he famously remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." And over the course of 2 years and 3,000 experiments, he unveiled the successful prototype for the incandescent light bulb. This invention revolutionized the world, transforming the way people lived, worked, and interacted after dark. How about Percy Julian? He was amazing. He was an African-American chemist, faced significant obstacles in obtaining funding, and he lost years of research when his lab was destroyed by a fire in 1950. And despite those setbacks, he persevered and successfully synthesized cortisone in 1952, and that revolutionized the treatment for inflammatory and autoimmune diseases. And one of my favorites, Marie Curie. It took her 8 years to successfully isolate radium. She even had to create her own her own chemical reactions to make it happen. Her work laid the foundation to the field of radiochemistry and paved the way for cancer treatment and nuclear energy research. And as you can imagine, there are many others. And in much the same way, life itself is an ongoing experiment full of twists and turns, successes and setbacks, and just like these scientists, you should confront life's challenges head on. Embrace failure not as an end, but as an opportunity for growth and to adapt to what life throws at you. On a final note, during a 2010 interview with Diane Sawyer, Stephen Hawking, a theoretical physicist, gave this piece of advice to his children, and I think it's applicable to give to our graduates as well. Are you listening? 1, remember to look up at the stars and never down at your feet. 2, never give up work. Work gives you meaning and purpose, and life without it is empty. And 3, if you are lucky enough to find love, remember it is there and don't throw it away. Graduates, as you venture forth into the great unknown, carry with you the spirit of a scientist. Be curious, resilient, and unafraid to explore new frontiers. You are the pioneers of your own futures. And using the skills and talents that you each possess, get ready to experiment and become the best version of you. Congratulations, class of 2024, and God bless.
Thank you, Veronica. So next we're going to do some recognition, special recognition of students, followed by awarding of diplomas. So we know that there's some other recognition, like I mentioned before, awards and things that you may have received. These are the ones that are from the school or things that are related to academics that we would be a part of. So we don't want to minimize anything that you may have received before. We want to honor students for this. So first we're going to talk about National Honor Society. So you've seen students that are wearing the gold cords over their robes. If you guys could stand up, those of you that are in the National Honor Society. So the criteria for National Honor Society is maintaining a minimum of 3.5 GPA, attendance at all the NHS meetings, serving 40 hours of community service. There's kind of a rigorous application process too that they go through at the beginning of the year. And I don't know how many of you have been in multiple years, but congratulations for your work this year. And the students are Ella Arcan, Thea Benhart, Lily Blahach, Silas Frank, Jonah Gulisano, Charlotte Kravik, Anna Liebens, Elias Madiash, Caitlin Schrock, and Caitlin Schrock. All right, so thank you and congratulations. We have students that have earned the President's Education Award, and this is awarded to seniors with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 through the last semester of their senior year. And when I call your name, if you could stand up. Okay. Brooke Anderson, Ella Arcan, Thea Benhart, Lily Blahach, Allison Hauser, Ethan Phillips, Silas Frank, Ava Fullerton, Jonah Gulisano, oh, this is everybody, Abigail Goodberg, Max Hillstead, Isabella Young, Brian Kozlowski, Charlotte Kravik, Noah Lewis, Anna Liebens, Elias Madiash, Thomas Madiash, John Nyquist, Olivia Ritchie, Wyatt Rosmarnowski, I know I can say it right, Caitlin Schrock, Terrence Smith, and Joseph Spinetta. I apologize, I can't see, you know, there's this thing about vision that happens when you get older, and I printed this too small, so pardon me for if I get this wrong here. Okay, next we have specific department awards. Each of our content area teams recognize students for their achievement in their particular content area. So we'll start with the BVA Art Department Award, and this is presented to student or students who have excelled in a variety of artistic media and eagerly shared their expertise and passion for art with others. This year's recipients, Allison Klauser, if you could stand, Taylor Flores, and Lorelei Hughes. So these awards, they're all going to be in a package that the students will receive when they get their diploma. Next, we have our English Department Certificate of Achievement. This award is presented to a student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in various aspects of English language arts, sharing their thoughts and ideas through writing, critical analysis, literary appreciation and comprehension, public speaking, and collaboration with peers. This year's recipients, Thea Benhart and Anna Levens. The Health and Physical Education Certificate of Achievement. This is presented to a student who demonstrates outstanding character, a healthy lifestyle, a strong work ethic, responsibility, and one who embodies integrity and excellence in daily living, wellness, and fitness. This year's recipient is Silas Frank. Next is BVA Math Department Certificate of Achievement, which is awarded to 2 students who have shown that they are willing to work hard in math through their high school career and throughout their high school career and are willing to help both teachers and students to be successful. This year's recipients are Thea Benhart and Silas Frank. Next, we have the Science Department Certificate of Achievement. Silas, stand up again. It's awarded to a BVA senior who shows enthusiasm for science, is a hardworking student, and demonstrates great leadership skills and a positive attitude for classmates. Silas Frank. All right, next we have Social Studies Department Certificate of Achievement. This is for recipients, or the recipients of this award demonstrate remarkable ability to analyze diverse perspectives, engage with historical narratives, and apply their knowledge to real world, I can never say that, real world issues with empathy and insight. Through their dedication to exploring past and present, these students inspire their peers and embody the spirit of inquiry and understanding that defines the social studies. And the 2024 recipients are Jonah Gulisano and Thea Benhart. And then we also have a certificate of achievement that's going to be awarded to a student that shows what true perseverance looks like. And this year's recipient is Julia Shore. And I'm all goofed up here now, so let's get organized. All right, so the next 3 awards are scholarships that we have the opportunity to award to students most years. 2 of them we do every year, and 1 of them is a unique one. So these are pretty exciting. So the final recipients that we would like to recognize are for the students who earned the Herb Cole Student Initiative Scholarship, the Technical Excellence Award, and the Academic Excellence Award. So we'll start with the Herb Cole Student Initiative Scholarship. This is a scholarship that's provided in recognition of a student who puts forth extraordinary effort to do their best in the classroom while overcoming significant obstacles or adversity. Schools are provided the opportunity to award one of these scholarships every 7 years, so we won't get to do this again for 7 more years. This was our first time that we've done it. I know the math, we should have done it another time, but we never got the opportunity, but now we got it, so we're excited about that. This was our first time to be able to select a student for this award. It involved qualified students submitting an application, and through that application process, there was a selection process that we went through. And this award is a financial award in the amount of $10,000. And the winner of this award is Julia Shore. We had a big check, but the next scholarship, the next award is the Technical Excellence Scholarship, and this is awarded by the state of Wisconsin to high school seniors that have demonstrated high levels of proficiency in technical coursework and will be pursuing a degree at a Wisconsin technical college. Point values are assigned for coursework and other activities that students are participants in. Students who earn this scholarship receive up to $2,250 per year, up to a maximum amount of $6,750 towards their education at a Wisconsin technical college. This year's winner is Caitlin Truck. Congratulations. And finally, our Academic Excellence Scholarship. This is awarded by the state of Wisconsin. It goes to college-bound high school seniors who have the highest GPA in their graduating class. Students earning this scholarship receive $2,250 per year, up to a maximum of $9,000 toward their education at any Wisconsin university. And this year's winner is Caleb Woodell. Congratulations to all of you. Well-earned recognition, and I hope that those of you who have earned that financial support for colleges will take advantage of that, because it's a great opportunity for you. So finally, that brings us to the reason we came here. We should have done this at the beginning, right? Just skip the rest. Okay, so we're gonna have the graduates be ushered up on the stage to receive their diplomas. I would ask Mr. Murray, Mr. Erath, Mr. Blake, and Mrs. Farkas to come up on the stage to present them. Mrs. Losey's going to usher you guys up there. All right, graduates, if you would stand, please. And as we call your name, come across the stage, and you'll get your diploma. You will also get any recognition that was given today that will come in a package with your diploma. Ready? Okay, when I call your name, just come out. Salvador James Abundis from Green Bay. You can clap. Brooke Anderson from Perryville. She's an early graduate. She graduated in January. Ella Arcand from Algoma. Thea Benhart from Whitewater. Bilkis Ben Ibrahim from Milwaukee. Lily Blahach from Cedarburg. Allison Klauser from Milwaukee. Emma Klauser from Milwaukee. Emma is also a January graduate. Ethan Filtz from Wittenberg. Silas Frank from Waterloo. Jonah Gulisano from Madison. Abigail Gutberger from Merrill. Max Hillstad from Appleton. Silas Jorgensen from Weston. Isabella Young from Greenfield. Shyla Kravick from White Lake. child is also a January graduate. Anna Liebens from Delvin. Elias Matiash from Oshkosh. Olivia Paulnow from Raymond. Olivia Ritchie from Wausau. Wyatt Rosmarinowski, I got it right. Arborvitae. Close enough. Okay, I get that. Julia Shore from Sun Prairie. Caitlin Schrock from Sugar Camp. Paul Springer III from Milwaukee. Autumn Tapman from Merrill. Also an early graduate in January. Julia Wacker from Rhinelander. Caleb Waddell from Muskego. Braden Walker from Baraboo. Another January graduate. Roman Wunsch from Merrill. And Sergey Wunsch from Merrill. Congratulations. All right, thank you. All right, so if you guys could stand one more time, before you take a good look at them, congratulate all of them again. I know there's going to be a procession out of here, but I did want to thank John and Andrew from the control booth for making sure that everything was going good with the sound and the lights. I thank you to Mr. Murray for turning the air on. It got really hot here. Again, Mary, Tammy, Julie, and all the staff that were a part of setting this up, and all of you parents for coming, however far you traveled to get here. We really appreciate it. It's a great thing for students to have this as a culminating event in their education career and a good send-off for them. So I appreciate all of you being here, all the speakers today, so thank you. And again, congratulations, and I think they're going to do some music here. And they're going to be... Oh yeah, the tassel thing. Okay, so you start on the right, and you go to the left. Okay, you may now officially do the tassel.